I want to give all glory and praise unto Lord Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, and Brakatah Yahweh Shai. We give all glory and praise unto those holy and powerful names of Yahweh being the Father and Yahweh Shai being his only begotten Son. This is Brother Malachi coming at you again through his parent power, Yahweh Shem Shai, coming in the way of the Baal Shem Kwadash, which is the Holy Spirit of truth. Now, let me see something real quick. I just wanted to do something here. Let me see. It's a lot. Let's see. Bear with me. But yeah, coming in the Ba'ashem Kakwadash, the Holy Spirit of Truth. And I just wanted to do a real quick lesson going into these impending race riots and this impending tension and just go into the scriptures and see, what the Lord said, what the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, has to say about this, because we are the watchmen of the house of Israel, consisting of so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, which makes up the house of the tribes of Israel. And we are the watchmen of the house of Israel, which means we are the prophets, which means we are the voice of the Lord on the earth today to tell you and to warn you of the coming calamities and the destruction of not only Babylon the Great, aka America, which is going to be destroyed in totality with thermonuclear missiles fired off from allies and enemy nations, but as well as to go into the before that happens, go into things like the MOTB, and before the MOTB, go into things like Jacob's trouble, which is where that the tribes are going to be as stated in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be in a state of perplexity, in a state of where their life is going to be in a balance. Okay, it's going to be people gonna be out to get you ultimately. And this is the judgment from the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, and this is going to happen in places like UK, everywhere. It's not just Babylon the Great. You got brothers and the elect members and the remnant scattered throughout the whole earth, man. So Jacob's trouble is going to be it's going to be wherever Israelites are, you know what I'm saying, through the Spirit. But it's mostly going to be a concentrated thing here in Babylon the Great. I would say that is, though. But I'm gonna play this. Yeah, I be trying to. I used to want to play this video before I get into the topics, but I haven't been doing it. But now I'm gonna try to do it more. Because this video kind of just it sets the tone and kind of gives you a good idea of what's going on, and you can stop and look at some of this stuff, because I believe that pictures I'm gonna stop it right here real quick. Pictures, as well as the narration and as well as breaking down these scriptures directly and correctly, but as well with the pictures give you a more thorough visage and description of the scriptures and everything that's going to happen, and what's going to happen in the future, but what we're coming into, is high tensions, man. High tensions between, guess who? The Edomites and the Israelites, man. Or it seems the Edomites versus anyone that's not them, because we got to understand. That's why I brought out in yesterday's lesson that, Esau is the damn devil, man. Esau is an enemy, man. He's an enemy unto our people. He has a perpetual hatred, Well, let me play the rest of that, and then we'll get the video, and then we'll get some respective precepts, man. But we got to understand this we're coming into a time of where, it is going to be one people standing against another people, and everyone's going to go to their own people, bro. It's not going to be white people mixed in with black people, so-called black people, and they just teaming up. And no, man, it's going to be one nation over here and one nation over here, and they're going to bang it out. All right, but what's not going to happen is the elect, the remnant, is going to be involved in any of this fighting. We are not to go and get a gun and when you see shit going down, you hear some shit going down, and you pop out and you just get to blasting at the Edomites. That's not what we do here. That's not what we teach, and that's not what we are going to do. We're going to Wait ye upon the Lord. The scriptures say that the weapons of our warfare, roughly paraphrasing, let me just get that and then we'll play the rest of that little video and then we'll go to YouTube. But ultimately, because we're coming into some violent times, some very perilous times, like it speaks about in 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, but the way that we're going to battle this, hold on. The way that we're gonna get through these type of things, people, Edomites hopping out, they got the knives, they got the sticks, they mad, they angry that so-called Jake taking a woman, so-called Jake and so-called migrants moving in, taking a so-called, they're angry, man. It doesn't matter if their anger is justified or if they're correct. It doesn't matter. What matters is the energy, and the anger is real. And so that anger is going to be generated into actually committing acts of violence against so-called minorities, right? Or so-called Israelites or people that they deem, if you brown it in a brown paper bag, hey, it might be an issue. It might just be an issue for you. And then, I'll dare say it will be an issue for you because we're coming into that time. And so in order to protect yourself from this, in order to refrain, in order to have protection, that you're going to have to come into the shadow of the Almighty, like I spoke about yesterday, which in Psalms 91. Okay, because the elect, the remnant, we have knowledge and understanding that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to be our shield and our buckler. And I brought that out yesterday in yesterday's lesson as well. We're coming to some very perilous times. And we need Yahweh Shem Shai, which is the shield and the buckler, to defend ourselves against these very wicked and violent men. All right. Okay, this is 2 Corinthians 10:4, all right? Because we're not going to lift up a finger. We're not going to fucking, we're not about to, bang it out with Esau. You can't bang it out with Esau. You cannot bang it out with Esau gun to gun. Now if you got to defend yourself, of course, do what you have to do. But our main priority is giving it up to the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. We are like unto a worm. A worm is a very defenseless creature. All it can do is crawl. It has no attack. It has no defense. That is in the spirit of what we are. Okay. But our real attack and our real defense is the ultimate defense, the ultimate offense. Okay. It's Yahweh Shem Shai. And we got to continue to believe on that name because the Lord ultimately is going to protect us from these things, from these type of ordeals. I'm finna get into the video in just a second. It says in 2 Corinthians 10:4, it says, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but are mighty through the pulling down of strongholds. Okay, and we're pulling down the strongholds of Babylon the Great, and in the various parts of in various parts where Esau has his influence, because we're tearing down the narrative of Esau's lies. Okay, that he's superior, that he went to the moon. Just I'm just naming little shit. But everything that Esau has pushed on the people, this wine of deceit, lies, is all coming to an end because the men of the Lord are exposing and Esau Edom and his ultimately exposing who he is, what's gonna happen, and why he's acting the way that he's acting. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that perpetual hatred, man. And Esau's a bitch, man. And Esau's only strong in his mind when he's ganging up. Esau can't really do nothing with no Jake. Man, Esau get beat up by an 11-year-old, 12-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, I would say that 12-year-old's a man. He'll get beat up by a kid right out of middle school. You know what I'm saying? Esau's a weak man. That's why he keeps that tool on him, because he can't really run the hands. He can't do nothing with nobody with the hands. Man, Esau get beat up by anybody. Esau's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But when they get up in numbers and they get a gang, they get about 12, 20 Edomites, and they get to roaming the city, they get to prowling, and you alone, Jake. I don't give a fuck how strong you is as a Jake. You're not gonna beat up 20 men and don't let one of them have a weapon. Don't let one of them have a bat. And then they hit you on the knee or some shit. Then they gang up and then you're through. And then you're done. And they can pounce on you. All right. And this is where you need Yahweh Shem Shai, in your corner. Like it's a big boxing match, right? You need Yahweh Shem Shai in your corner, or your ass gonna get dusted. This is not a fight that you can win carnality. This is not a fight that you can win by pulling out the toolie, okay? Pulling out the blick. You're not gonna win that way. All right. You're not gonna beat Esau with his own blessing. Okay. If you have any type of familiarity with the truth of the scriptures, okay, then you know that Esau Edom has been given a blessing when you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, stemming from Isaac, okay? You cannot beat this man with the blessing. Okay, it's not going to win. You're going to beat this man via the ultimate blessing, which is what? Yahweh Shem Shai, who came down here and did what he had to do for our nation. starting off with the elect. He's going to be the one that's going to defend you from your enemies, man. Okay, he's going to be the one that's going to slap these niggas right in the fucking face when they even get close to you. All right, he's going to send the angels, okay, the holy angels, okay, even Micah Allah, the high, he's gonna stand up for the nation of Israel when it gets too turned up. All right, because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is truly the one that's in control, man. But what I'm saying is the only way that you're gonna be able to defeat this man and get out of these type of situations is through Yahweh Shema Shai and through his strength and through believing and having fear of the Lord, man. It's not going to be through, I can do it myself. I can defeat Esau myself. I can go up against a gang of 20 Edomites and I can win. No, the fuck you can't. You're going to fucking get fucking deleted. All right? You're going to get fucking deleted. All right? And they're going to pounce on you. All right? Because like I say, Esau's strong in numbers, but he a bitch on his own. He a bitch in a few numbers. You know what I'm saying? One Jake can probably take down 4 Edomites. I ain't gonna lie. He can probably get out that jam if the Lord put the spirit on him. But when you start to increase the numbers, then, trying to fight 3 men is difficult. Trying to fight 2 is difficult as well. But but at the end of the day, man, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay, we're gonna depend on the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. The scriptures say, "Wait ye upon me." Let's get that. And then we'll play the rest of that video. So like it. I just gotta get these precepts. You gotta get these precepts. Wait, man, hold on. Hold on. Okay. This is Zephaniah 3:8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day I rise up for the prey." Let me read that again. Shit. It says, this is Zephaniah 3:8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me." Who's the me? That's Yahweh Shema Shai. Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, "Saith the Lord." Until the day, okay, we waiting until the Lord appoints that time, okay? It says that I rise up to the prey. See, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be the one to defend us. The Lord sees the nations, our enemies, okay? When you go to Psalms 83, it goes and lists, it doesn't list all the nations, but it lists the chief nations that came up, the enemies of Israel. You got to understand that we have enemies, okay? So the Lord said, I will raise up to the prey. The Lord sees these demons, these devils, these lesser, these fucking heathens. Anyone outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, and even the 2/3, they're fucking prey too. They're done. But they're prey, bro. The Lord don't see these motherfuckers as equals. He don't see them as he don't look in if the Lord was in a boxing match, Yahweh Shema Shai was boxing. He was boxing against all the 17 other nations. He don't see them as a threat. Okay? The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is the reigning world champ. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna dust niggas. The Lord in one sweep they're through, bruh. They're prey. What's prey? What does that mean? Even though we know what the word means, but let's look it up anyway. The Lord said they're prey. The nations are prey to him. Prey. This is our power telling us what it is. You got to believe in this. Let me see. I don't like this. Sometimes I don't like the AI. Let's go to the Webster. Let's go to synonym. Okay. Prey, an animal taken by a predator for food. The Lord gonna eat these niggas. He's gonna destroy these niggas. Okay. Let's go to B. It says B, one that is helpless and unable to resist attack. A victim. They're victims. The Lord gonna destroy these niggas, man. These niggas can't fuck with us. When they gonna try, but see, they gonna get the 2/3 though, because the 2/3 don't wanna. They're gonna get carnal with Esau. But the elect, we're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna put our hands up. Shit, we'll even put our hands together. We're gonna pray to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai for help. Because our enemies are coming up against us. They're teaming up. They're sticking up. They're ganging up. They're trying to come up against us, all right? And we just, you know, but we got the ultimate thing, right? We got the ultimate protection. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Lord sees these nations as prey, all right? So when he come down off that ship, because the scriptures speak about in Revelations 1:7 that every eye shall see him. When he come down off that ship, it's up, okay? It's over, okay? You got to remember that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah loves us, okay? And that he's going to avenge us, man. These motherfuckers ain't going to sit here and do all this fucking wickedness, man. Every time I see Esau, bro, every time I see the fuck shit they do, I'm going to let the video play in just a moment. I'm going to play it after this, low key. Low key, I'm going to play it after this. Because just the sight of these niggas, like how the fuck? These niggas just ganging up, just going to people's houses and knocking on doors. A whole bunch of niggas, these weak ass niggas, man. These weak ass niggas. I mean, it's prophecy. But at the end of the day, hey, fuck Esau. I don't gotta like these niggas. I don't supposed to like these niggas. But these niggas are ganged up 20 deep, going on people's houses. Niggas is sleeping shit, knocking on, burning shit. These niggas is demons, my nigga. That's the spirit of Esau. It's always there. It's always been in them. That's them. That's how the Lord set them up. You see what I'm saying? And that's what and that's the same spirit that's finna come over here. They finna be knocking on niggas' doors, knocking on so-called black and brown people doors, Latinos, Hispanic, all that shit, right? Israelites. And they finna be trying to get with you. They're gonna be 20 deep, 30 deep. They're not gonna come alone. Trust and believe that. They can't handle Jake alone. They just can't do it alone. They're actually afraid. But when Esau see they got the upper hand, they see they got the numbers on you. Oh, it's over. Oh, Esau smells blood. Then he's finna get real wild. But Esau get bold. Esau get more bold than the boldest man in the world when he see that he got that advantage. He smell blood. He see, you know. So yeah. So let's go. Let's play the video. You know. Yeah. Let's go here.
Brown people that go.
Let's go here. We're gonna go back, and we're gonna go back to the point where I want to see where this is the part right here, right?
Migrants. They set fire to a family home, like multiple family homes, like random people's homes have been set alight. And these families, like including children, are having to be evacuated in armored vehicles in response to what is a horrific video. Like the video, the attempted beheading, like it is horrific. But I'm wondering, what does this solve? Like, what does this solve? Because now we have race riots after we had race riots a couple summers ago where people tried to literally burn down asylum hotel. Peace with
lifted out of their beds as their homes burned. Masked men roamed the streets, going door to door, menacing and setting fire.
This is what I wanted. You see these niggas. Look at these niggas. Look at these fucking niggas, man. Okay, because Esau's also a nigga too. Okay, you got Esau's also a nigga. You know, if you ain't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? Esau can be in that nigga spirit too. Okay, I would say, actually, never mind. Look how deep they is, and all they doing is looking to murder something, looking to get into something, looking to motherfucking do something, looking to motherfucking looking at you with the evil eye, because he's envious, because he's jealous. They don't got the blessing, man. They woman gone, they dick small, everything's fucking going wrong for Esau. So he's looking every which way. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna increase, man. It might be a small pocket here, small pocket there, small pocket there, but the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is going to allow these things to intensify. All right, and when it does intensify to a high point, okay, we need to be tapped into Yahweh Shema Shah. We need to be under the umbrella of the Lord, or you will die. The Lord will give you up over to your enemies. You need to be repenting. You need to know what's going on. You need to be within the truth, okay? The 100% truth, okay? This is what the men of the Lord are warning you. This is what the watchmen. This is our job. This is what we're supposed to do, to warn you of the coming to warn you about your enemies, warn you about their plots, warn you about their MOTB, warn you about their plans, warn you about their wicked satanic devices that they have against the Lord's anointed. We are the Lord's anointed. We are the Lord's chosen people. Okay, starting off first off and foremost with the hopeful elect. We have been chosen. We have been predestinated to defeat this man, but not through the carnal means in which the 2/3 are going to go out and get fucking destroyed with. We're going to defeat this man through what? Through the testimony, through the faith. Okay. Through standing stiffly for the name. Niggas don't even want to teach the name because they done sold out to the very man that's going to come and rape, rob, and murder them again. You got those women. Well, Esau going to come rape them bitches. He'll come rape you too. You taking his money, he'll come rape you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to hear that though. Niggas don't want to hear that though. Men gonna get ravaged. Women gonna get ravaged. You done sold out to Esau to teach his false doctrine. He gonna come rape you. He gonna come take it. Okay, and I don't mean rape as in always sexual. If you tapped in and you know and you understand words and we're supposed to be studied on words and you know that rape that means in the Hebrew that means ainah, which means to take hold, to take hold forcibly. Okay, so you can rape anything. You can rape a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You take hold of it. Esau gonna come take hold of you. He gonna take all that money back. He gonna take all that shit, nigga. And plus, what's the point, nigga? Weren't you just niggas out here teaching bullshit, bro? The MOTB, all that, digital, all that is on its way. So how the fuck, nigga? Like you not gonna have access to this money that you done sold out for and all this shit if you don't bend the knee to the digital ID and the digital technocracy that's coming on its way. And ultimately, the end all be all of that is the MOTB. So you're not gonna have access to your money unless you take the chip. So all that selling out, all that wickedness that you're doing is not going to profit. You a fucking fool. And ultimately death to you niggas. It's not teaching the truth in the correct format. Death to you niggas. The Lord going to destroy you. But you know that already. You know that already. We don't need to say that. You know that. But we're going to say it anyway. But as you can see, look at these niggas. Look at these niggas. Look how deep they is. Deep as fuck with hoodies and masks on because they don't want you to know who they are. They don't want repercussions to come to them. They got hoodies and masks on, so no one knows who they are, so no one could come back and say they was them. That's the spirit of Esau. Esau a bitch. If Esau was really about that life, he wouldn't have no mask on. He would be like, yeah, I'm killing niggas, I'm killing brown and black people, I'm killing Asians, I'm killing everybody that ain't us, and I'm with that shit. Why you got a mask on? Why you don't just do it? Why you don't just do it? Take the mask off and just do it. Like just stand on your wickedness. But Esau can't do that. He want to still save face and be like, oh, he want to be able to still have the victim card whenever he wants to pull that out. That's why he got a mask on. He a bitch. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, though.
To cars and buses and homes, terrorising people on the basis of the colour of their skin or the sound of their voice. People from Sudan, people from India, people from Ukraine and people from Belfast. And today, businesses are shuttered. Medical appointments are cancelled. Schools are being closed for fear of getting young people home. So many people are frightened to walk the streets and frightened to be in their own homes tonight. And for all the online agitators who stoke this stuff up, when they move on to their next target, we'll be the ones left to pick up the pieces. People are, of course, entitled to their views on immigration, and of course government policy is imperfect, but this hasn't been a debate or a conversation. There haven't been proposals, there haven't been honesty about the trade-offs, there has been mob justice and some of the same old proposals for a hardened border.
Esau ultimately tapping back into that same spirit, that ancient devil spirit that ain't really never left him. He just had it dormant, right? The Lord allowed Esau to have that shit dormant, you know what I mean? But that same spirit of lynching, it's nothing more than a lynch mob. You know, it's a lynch mob. It's like, hey, get them, and in a pack of 40 Edomites come get you. You're done. You're through. It's over. You can't do nothing. They're finna hang you up on the tree. It's over. So Esau finna tap back into this spirit. And so we gotta tap back into our power. You know, Esau finna tap back into his primal nature of being a devil. We gotta tap back into our primal nature of depending on the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay? So with all that being said, I think the point has been made. I ain't finna belong to too much time. But let me get this to end it off as an avocado. As what we're gonna do and how we're gonna win. It's real simple. You know, to be honest, this is Revelations 12 and 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Okay, let's get that again. I'm read 10 and I'm read 11 again. It says, and I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now has come salvation. This is the Lord is going to beautify us, man. The Lord's going to deliver us, and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren. Who's the accuser of our brethren? It's Esau. Esau, Edom. Okay, that's who the accuser is, man. Accusing us day and night. You know what I'm saying? Your people doing this, they're eating pork, they're doing this, they're being homos and homosexuals, but the Esau Edom is the same one that's giving them the fucking ammunition to destroy themselves with. But see, the elect, the remnant, we're not in this spirit. We're not staying upon Esau Edom and his system. All right, we are withdrawing. Okay, and we're withdrawing back unto our power, which is Yahweh Shema Shai. You see what I'm saying? So it says in verse 11, it says, and they overcame him. Who's the him? That's Esau Edom, and because Esau Edom was going to be the man, the nation that was going to be in time rulership of the earth. Okay, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of the testimonial, and they loved not their lives unto death. Right? Because this ain't our rest. This ain't our shit. This ain't our kingdom. So shit, if we gotta die, then we gotta die. There's gonna be certain men that are gonna die. There's gonna be so-called martyrs, not so-called, so like actual martyrs for this truth, whoever those men may be. But I believe those men are the Lord's gonna do something special with those men. Those men that gotta die for this truth. The Lord's not gonna allow them just to get mollywopped, just to get fucking decimated, just to get their heads chopped off, and there's no honor, there's no reverence. The Lord, I mean, they probably gonna chop your head off, and you ain't even gonna feel that shit. It's gonna be nothing. The Lord gonna be with you the whole time, man. The Lord might be so merciful, you know, through the Spirit, as the whole time that they finna lead you up to the point where they finna chop your head off. You see hella angels around you. The angels just start manifesting around you and just smiling at you and just and just showing you that, hey, this is finna go down for prophecy's sake. But whole time we with you. The Lord just might manifest the angels, just legions of angels around you, strengthening you to get that prophecy done. Because there's going to be certain men that are going to be martyrs for this truth. All right. And I do believe that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna do something special with those men. All right. I believe the Lord is gonna allow them to get just killed, and it's just you know, they just got them and just cut their heads off, and it was just painful and horrible. You know what I mean? I believe the Lord's going to work a work, even in the case of martyrdom. All right, but we're still going to overcome him by the Lord and through the blood of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so with that being said, I'm end it on this. Shalom.